Hey everybody, welcome to What the Flick. Matt, Alonzo, and Christy. We are talking about Home Again.
Home Again.
I didn't see it.
Nor should you.
Do you want to take this one?
I will take this one because it's about a girl. She's a mom.
I didn't say any of that.
Yeah, but you're a tulip.
I'm
We're
a
not going to talk about
perky
the tulip.
mom. I'm a perky blonde mom, so I will do the perky blonde mom movie. So Reese Witherspoon is indeed a perky blonde mom. She is in the middle of getting separated from her husband, played by Michael Sheen. They have 2 adorable daughters. She goes back to her hometown of Los Angeles and moves back into the house that she grew up in, this palatial Spanish estate in Brentwood, apparently, and it's beautiful and cushy, as is everything in this movie, despite the alleged horrible stuff that they all have to endure. So she moves back with her kids, trying to figure out what to do with her life, and randomly takes in these 3 young aspiring filmmakers and lets them live in her guest house, which is as beautifully appointed as the main house, as is every interior in the movie, because this is a movie from Nancy Meyers' daughter. And it looks like a Nancy Meyers movie. And will she find love again? Take a look.
I just always act out on my birthday. It's like my own personal New Year's Eve. I just go like, what? And I just reel it back to normal.
Did you watch these?
I did, but only because I was doing a load and I've been up since 5:30.
Try looking at this as something that could be sort of exciting.
Okay, guys, let's just do our best not to cramp each other's style.
Perfect. I'm just gonna grab that and flush down the toilet.
I hate this movie.
It's so awful.
Not a single moment rings true. It is totally inauthentic.
No.
The fact, so Hallie Meyers-Shyer, pardon me, is the daughter of Nancy Meyers and Charles Shyer.
Right.
And so she's grown up around movies her whole life.
Yes.
And you would think that
She'd absorb something.
through sheer osmosis, she would know what cliches to avoid, but no. And secondly, that she would get the LA and the movie business better.
Yeah, I mean,
accurately.
not only does she not yet seem to know what she's doing as a filmmaker, but even, I mean, like the lead character is the daughter of a filmmaker.
Right.
And even that stuff I didn't buy. Like, you know, the father of the Reese Witherspoon character is clearly this sort of like, you know, raging bull kind of, you know.
I thought he was like Cassavetes.
Easy Riders and Raging Bulls kind of director. One of those sort of 70s Hollywood guys.
I thought Candice Bergen was like his Jenna Rollins.
Exactly.
That's how I interpreted
yes,
them.
totally.
Yeah.
And so, you know, so these young filmmakers are like hitting on her, and I'm like, you would have had dudes like this sniffing on you from the time you were like 12 years old, and you would shut it down immediately.
Right.
And she's just like, what? You're making a movie? That's so great.
You know my dad's work? Amazing.
Yeah, I know. She's stunned. You know, the father has won an Oscar.
Right.
You know, it's in the guest room, and yeah. So just that stuff is wrong.
That's disappointing because having been someone who went to school out here with the kids of people who made movies, like you started talking about what their fathers or mothers did, and they're like, ugh.
Everyone's super jaded.
Could we not?
Children of LA are jaded. Yes, I can attest to this.
And this is, oh God, I never thought I'd see this again. This is a movie where the last 10 minutes boils down to somebody getting to a child's school play on time.
Okay, so I think the only time that worked was in About a Boy. Even that, it felt kind of cheesy and strained. But even by then, it was already a trope.
Like by Jersey Girl, it was like, okay, enough.
Yes.
Let's not do this anymore.
Why do these climactic moments happen at school performances, and when will it happen to my kids?
I'll tell you why. Because the dudes that write screenplays
have never been to a child's performance in their life.
Are bad fathers, and they miss them, and they think, oh, well, shit, I can get one thing right.
I think she wrote this too.
Yes.
Okay, so she again, a cliche that she should know to steer clear of. Also, one thing that I know we all find disappointing in watching it is that the kitchens aren't better. If you're gonna do a Nancy Meyers movie, you gotta do the kitchen.
Give me some real estate porn. I thought like the Reese Witherspoon character actually now decides she wants to be an interior designer, and you look at their home and it's like this has all the cheer of like a model home. It's so generic and personality free, much like the film.
Yes, that's true. And much like her character.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not much to her.
There's nothing. No, and I mean, it's not on the page. She's doing, you know, she's Reese Witherspooning the shit out of it. But there's just only so much you can do, you know.
Yeah, she is adorable, and she connects, and she has great timing as always.
Of course.
But even with this material,
the young filmmaker that she falls for, or has kind of a fling with, is such a like blank douche bro.
I don't know.
That I thought less of
kinda
her
liked him.
because of it. I thought he was
cute.
of the 3 bores that move into her guest house. He is the boringest.
His name is Pico Alexander. He looks like a young Hugh Jackman, does he not?
Ish,
He's
I
kind
guess.
of handsome.
I mean, mentally, I kept thinking of them as like Wes Anderson and the Wilson brothers,
Oh, that's
like
kinda funny.
arriving in Hollywood. But yeah, the other guys are Nat Wolff and what's his face from Saturday Night Live,
Joe
who are
Rudnitsky.
Joe Rudnitsky, who are way more engaging and charming.
But
and funny.
they're not as cute as
They're not
they
as
don't
cute
get to
as
have
Pico
sex
Alexander.
with Reese Witherspoon.
Exactly.
There you go. She gets her groove back theoretically. Yeah, this was lame and so many montages. Oh my God, how many more montages do we need to in a really efficient way, show that they're all happy and they're bonding?
Yeah.
And she looks around at the table like, wow, everyone's having a good time. I'm so glad. It's
Candice
so nice.
Candice Bergen gets to the movie's one funny line just because she gives it a very dry read.
Yeah,
But beyond that, this movie is dull.
Yeah, Candice Bergen shows up and just gets to be Candice Bergen and have that wonderful presence and perfect timing, of course. And so the reason my number is the number that I'm giving it is basically because of Candice Bergen. And also, I want to mention really fast the weird subplot involving Lake Bell as this socialite.
They throw in Lake Bell as this sort of horrible, like rich bitch socialite, just so that Reese Witherspoon's like Bel Air or Brentwood or whatever sprawling house with the beautiful guest house with the thread count sheets seems somehow homespun.
Right.
Like it's and then and this is a movie where there are 2 characters of color. One is like a run-of-the-mill sort of like agent that the filmmakers have, and the other one is a totally embarrassing Indian motel clerk that's like.
It was like cringe-inducing in how, like, in this day and age, like Apu-esque he was. Yeah. With no there's no. The tone deaf part of it's bad. There's no self-awareness as to what is wrong here. Yeah, it's a bummer. Sorry, Reese, because I actually had a little bit of hope for this because how often does she get to do this kind of comedy? It's been a while. It's in her wheelhouse, or it was. And
Nancy Meyers movies, even when they're annoying, they go down easy.
Yeah.
They offer a really sort of cashmere throw escapism, and this movie doesn't even offer that.
Actually, and the way it is lighted and shot and edited, it feels like the pilot for like some CBS primetime single camera program.
And do you know who shot this?
Who?
Dean Cundy.
Oh.
Like a great cinematographer shot this movie, and it looks like he.
It looks very flat.
Yeah, he must have had a lot of coffee breaks.
Yeah. Anyway, my number is a 3, and that's only because of Candice Bergen and that Pico dude is cute.
I gave it a 3 because just for some baseline competence, but it's not.
It's not even a good LA movie. That doesn't give you a sense of place as to anything specific about LA. It's just like that bubble of West Side white wealthiness.
Even like they even give her in pure Nancy Meyers form like the 3 wine swilling best friends, and they never have anything funny to say either.
Yes.
Well, you guys have talked me into it. I'm gonna go.
It's at 31% on the tomato meter, and that is up from where it was. It was like in the low 20s. So just don't. Bye.